Hi, moms, dads, and little readers. Welcome to Magic Rainbow Stories, the place where families read and grow together. Today's heartwarming story is about a little hedgehog who forgot how to smile. So grab your child, a cozy blanket, and let's enjoy this gentle tale together.
In the middle of the friendly forest lived a quiet little hedgehog named Hazel. Hazel didn't laugh. Hazel didn't smile. She just sat quietly under her favorite mushroom tree. The other animals in sunny forest giggled, danced, and played every day. But Hazel, she only watched. "Do you think she's sad?" whispered Benny the bunny. "Maybe she forgot how to smile," said Ellie the elephant. No one really knew, but all the animals wanted just one thing: to see Hazel smile, even just once. And one tiny squirrel had a very silly idea. Hazel the hedgehog wasn't mean. She wasn't angry. She just didn't smile. She lived in a cozy little burrow with soft moss, shiny pebbles, and her favorite red blanket. Hazel loved to listen. She loved to think. But when the others laughed and played tag in the leaves, Hazel stayed quiet. Every morning, the forest woke up with sunshine and giggles. Benny the bunny bounced in the meadow. Ginger the giraffe painted flowers with her tail. Ellie, the elephant, splashed everyone with water from the pond. They all laughed every day, but not Hazel. "She never smiles," Benny whispered. "Maybe she doesn't like us," said Ginger a little sadly. But Ellie shook her head. "No, Hazel just needs time." Even though Hazel didn't smile, she always listened. She listened to Benny's silly rhymes. She watched Ginger's wiggly tail paintings. She even let Ellie's water splash her nose sometimes. Still, her little hedgehog face stayed the same, calm, quiet. Still, but the animals didn't give up. They really wanted Hazel to feel part of their fun. That's when someone very small, very quick, and very silly decided to try something new. Sammy the squirrel zipped down from a tree, giggling and bouncing with energy. "I'm going to make Hazel laugh," he squeaked. "You," Benny blinked. "How with silliness," Sammy said, spinning like a leaf. The next morning, Hazel sat under her mushroom tree as usual. Suddenly, plop, Sammy popped out from a leaf pile, wearing underpants on his head. Hazel blinked. "Hi, Hazel," Sammy sang. "I'm Squirrel Prince McGee." He danced like a wiggly worm, made fart sounds with a blade of grass, and hopped on one foot like a popcorn kernel. Hazel's eyes followed every move. Then Sammy rolled in a puddle, slipped on his tail, and landed in a pile of feathers. "Pfft," he shouted with a chicken feather on his nose. Hazel's little mouth twitched. Sammy froze. She was spinning. "Just a little," he gasped. "Did you just smile?" Hazel turned away, quickly hiding behind her paws. But Sammy jumped up. "You smiled. You smiled. I saw it." The others ran over. "What happened?" Ellie asked. "Hazel smiled," shouted Sammy. "I made her laugh." Hazel peeked out. Her cheeks were pink, and a tiny giggle slipped out. Everyone went quiet. Then they all cheered. "Yay, Hazel! You have the cutest smile ever. We love your giggle." Hazel's heart felt like a balloon full of sunshine. Hazel had never felt so warm inside. Her tummy tickled. Her cheeks were wiggly. Her tiny hedgehog paws felt fluttery. She had smiled, and it felt nice. "Do it again," said Benny. "Tell us what made you laugh," said Ginger. Hazel's voice was soft and squeaky. "I liked the feather on his nose," Sammy grinned. "Well then, Hazel, get ready for the Super Squirrel Show." He ran behind a bush and came back with fox on his ears, a banana hat, and a balloon tied to his tail. Everyone burst out laughing. Even Ellie the elephant snorted. And this time Hazel laughed too. Not just a smile, a big wriggly squeaky laugh that made her roll over and clutch her belly. The animals clapped and danced. Ginger spun in circles. Benny did bouncy jumps. Ellie blew a trumpet sound with her trunk. Hazel sat up and wiped a happy tear. "I didn't know." Laughing felt so sparkly, she said. "You've always had a smile," said Ellie. "It was just hiding, like a rainbow after the rain," said Sammy. Hazel stood up. "Thank you for not giving up on me." The friends all joined in pause, trunks, hooves, and tails in a big forest hug. Hazel, your smile makes the forest even brighter, said Benny. That night, the animals met in the meadow with a secret plan. We need to celebrate. Hazel's first smile, said Ellie. A smile party, shouted Sammy. With balloons and bubbles and cake, added Benny. We'll call it Hazel's Happy Day. All through the night, the forest sparkled with soft lights and rustling paws. They painted signs. Hazel is smiling. They picked berries and made sunflower crowns. Ginger made a big flower mural that said, "You are loved." The next morning, Hazel woke up to find a shiny path of glittery leaves leading to the clearing. "What's this?" she whispered, following the trail. When she stepped into the meadow, her eyes went wide. Everyone was there. Balloons floated in the air. Music played softly, and right in the middle, a sign said, "We're so happy you're happy, Hazel." Hazel gasped. "For me." "You smiled," said Ellie. "And that smile made us all smile." Hazel's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't think I mattered this much." Sammy gave her a cupcake. "You do, you always have." Hazel looked around at all the love, kindness, and color. Then she laughed, a big, bouncy, joyful laugh that made butterflies flap out of the trees. Hazel's happy day had truly begun. The animals played forest games, leaf limbo, bubble pop, and musical mushrooms. Hazel joined every game, her laughter dancing through the trees. She learned to blow bubbles, hop on one foot, and even tell a silly joke. "What did the flowers say to the bee?" she asked. Everyone leaned in. "Buzz off, I'm blooming." Laughter exploded like popcorn. "Hazel, you're hilarious," said Ginger.
Hazel giggled so hard she snorted. "That's new."
At the end of the day, Ellie stood on a rock and called everyone close. "Today we learned something special," she said. "Sometimes someone might seem quiet or different, but if we show kindness, they might surprise us." Hazel stepped up. "And even if it takes time, smiles can bloom like flowers. Thank you for helping mine grow." Everyone clapped and threw petals into the air. Hazel was smiling, really smiling, and everyone felt it, not just in their eyes, but in their hearts. From that day on, Hazel didn't just smile once. She smiled every day. Not all day, not every moment, but often, softly, brightly, truthfully. Sometimes when watching clouds, sometimes when hugging Benny, sometimes when Sammy did the worm dance again. Sunny Forest felt warmer, not because of the sun, because one little hedgehog had found her laugh and shared it. The animals made a special bench near Hazel's mushroom tree. On it, they carved, "A smile can change the forest." Hazel sat there each morning, busy, listening, or simply being Hazel. And animals would come by one, just to sit near her. No one needed to talk. Sometimes they'd giggle. Sometimes they'd just enjoy the quiet together, because now everyone knew, even the quietest heart has the loudest love inside. And sometimes the best smiles take time to grow.
Thanks for spending story time with us at Magic Rainbow Stories. Stories like this help little ones explore big feelings and help families grow closer, one page at a time. If this story brought a little warmth to your day, we'd love it if you stayed for more. A like, a share, or even a kind comment helps our cozy library grow. For families like yours, until next time, keep reading, keep loving, and keep smiling.